Hello, second grade. Are you ready for your spring week 3 lesson? Today we're going to be coloring our sunflowers. Before we begin, you're going to need the uncolored sunflower picture you drew last week. If you don't have an uncolored sunflower picture, you need to put the video on pause, go draw another sunflower. That's what we did last week in spring week 2. And then, once you have that one, come back and we'll continue. If you have your uncolored sunflower picture, you are going to need some kind of coloring supplies. And you need yellow, orange, brown, green, and light green. I'm going to be using markers. You can use color pencils. You can use crayons. Any of these work. Our learning target is that we can add detail to make our flowers look real. We've already looked for easy to draw shapes, so that shouldn't be too hard. So speaking of last week, here are some really great examples of uncolored sunflowers that we worked together to make. I actually really like how you can see the circle that these friends worked on to help guide their sunflowers. So I'm going to walk you through very quickly each step by step, and then I'm going to show you on my camera. All of this next information will be on the Nearpod that I put into your lesson as well. So if you don't remember a step, you can watch this video again, or you can go look through the Nearpod. So you're going to have to start with your black and white or your uncolored drawing. We're going to start by doing a little bit of yellow in the very center of the seeds. Then we're going to color over it with brown, and yes, that means go over the yellow part. It's okay. Next, we're going to add orange to our back petals, the ones that are in the back. I want you to notice that the orange fills up almost the whole thing. It goes over half of the back petal. It does not go all the way to the tip and doesn't stop at the bottom. It goes almost all the way over. Then we're going to do orange on the insides and along those lines that we drew. Are we putting any orange on the baby petals yet? Nope. I also want you to notice how the orange does not go all the way up. It is not the same as the one in the back. Then we're going to color over all of the sunflowers, or all the petals, even the baby petals, with yellow. And I do mean color over the orange. If you're going to use markers, you may need to let your orange or your marker dry for a little bit, otherwise they can get kind of streaky, but that'll be okay. The next, we're just going to do light green, and then we'll do dark green details, which is why I said you might need to use it too. And then this is my no. This is how I do not want to see yours. One of the problems we have here is that all of the orange in the back is the same spot. Remember, the orange in the back petals are supposed to go farther up. This was an example. This is the kind of thing I get a lot from our students, is that I have a orange in the middle, then we have a circle of brown, then we'll have a circle of orange, and then we'll have this yellow, but even going outside of it, it's like people just do another circle of yellow. That's not how we're doing them. And then this is just scribble down here, really. Y'all know better. So today, your task is going to be to color your sunflower. Let's take a look. So, oops, I don't have my light on. There we go. So we start with orange. I'm sorry, no we don't. We start with yellow because we got to do the very center. I'm going to do a little bit on the inside. Then we're going to go over and only in the seed pod. I'm going to color, but like I said, even over the yellow. It's a little hard to tell with the markers, but I did want you to see that. You can tell when you're using things like crayons or color pencils, it shows up better. That's okay. It's how that is. Next, we're going to work on the orange, and I'm just doing the back petals first. All right, so I've done all the back petals. Now I'm going to go over in the front line, in the front petals, I'm going to go over that line just once, and then I make a little bit of orange down at the bottom. And remember, I'm making sure I don't color my baby petals. All right, next step, I'm going to take this yellow, I'm going to finish the rest of these. And I'm even going to go back over and color over some of this. It's okay if the yellow and the orange kind of mix together. All right, done with most of these colors. Last thing to work on is the stem and the flower, or the leaves. And that's it. So this is my example of what it looks like when you've got the color, when you've got markers, and I did that because I noticed a lot of my students seem to have markers. But remember, you do not have to do it with markers. You are totally welcome to use color pencils, crayons, markers, things like that. Personally, when I'm drawing my sunflowers, I do prefer to use color pencils, but I wanted you guys to see what the example looked like with color pencils, with markers. So if you look back at the beginning, that's my example of the one with color pencils. I've seen some amazing ones come out with crayons. Use what you got. Thanks.